Well, we're in the warehouse again. It's Monday. The hurricane is through. And what I wanted to do today, I've been here literally, I don't know, 5 hours, 6 hours. But what I wanted to do today was actually give a synopsis on every bait and lure that we carry. I get a tremendous amount of emails asking, what's this one good for? What's that one good for? And I thought that I would take some time, go to the middle here and go over every bait and lure. So when I get that email, I can just send them the link of the video from YouTube, and they can go and they can watch and they can see every bait and lure that we carry. We'll open them up, we'll show what they look like, we'll talk about them, and that's what I wanted to do. But instead of being able to hand off the grunt work today, I had to do the grunt work. So I've been sitting there at that computer, and I don't know why it always looks like it's blinking. It's not blinking on my eye, but on the camera it looks like it's blinking. I don't even know if it's showing up, but I had to pack packages today. eBay, Amazon, website. So I've spent the whole day sitting at that computer. I don't even feel like doing the baits and lures now, but we got that done. It's about, I don't know, I did some stuff at home. I got here around noon. It's about 6:30. So we're gonna get these all in a pile for when the mail lady and the UPS guy come tomorrow. They can take them. But I will, once I do that, I will do what I started to do today, what I wanted to do, which is go over our baits and lures so that I have that video link to be able to show people when they reach out and wonder what they do. The bait pile, the territory, mountain man, that's our three main predator baits. There's all of our pluses, the magnet, the coon buster, all of the other ones that we offer, and we will go over each and every one of those. So that will be kind of a synopsis of what I'm going to do, and I'll probably list it in this clip, and then I'm going to post it. I don't want to hear anybody sending me an email or making a comment that, hey, you just posted that. I am going to post it. I'm going to post it twice. I'm going to post it today in the warehouse, and then I'm just going to cut it up and post it. So when people ask me a question on the baits and lures, boom, it goes right into the baits and lures, and they don't have to sit here and watch me gaggle on about how I spent 5 hours doing boxes today. But we're going to do that once I get these done, and we'll be right back with you showing each and every bait and lure, the consistency of it, what it looks like, the reason it's put together. We'll go into an in-depth synopsis that should answer a lot of those questions that we do get. And, you know, I definitely appreciate the questions. I always take my time and try and answer each and every one of you why you would want to use one versus another in a certain situation. And this is going to be able to allow me to do that with the whole line. And that should help out any questions, and it'll save me a lot of time answering emails from here on out. So I'm trying to streamline, as they would say. But I'm gonna get these boxes done, and then we'll get right into the baits and lures. Well, I wanted to take some time here and go over our baits and lures that are on our website and in our catalog at North American Trapper. This is a full selection of what we carry. We will not be adding a lot to this. There are a few that we will add, but 5 years from now, this is going to be pretty much the base. 10 years from now, 15, 20 years from now, this is the base of our lures, and we're not going to be adding a lot to it. I've mentioned a lot of times, I don't think you need a specific lure for this animal and this animal and this animal. These are really good, well-rounded lures because I believe in a lot of layers in our baits and lures. And for myself and the people that have used these out on the line, I know you're having success, and we have success as well. With the Johnny Thorps, we will add to those. There's 10 different lures. We've got 3 out on the market. We'll have another couple coming out here in the next month. But 3 or 4 of them at least I need to render some ingredients over the next year so they can actually be brought to market. We'll bring them out next year. Moving into it, I'll start with our Coon Buster and our magnet. That is our dog-proof raccoon trapping system. The Coon Buster, as you can see, it's got a lot of different ingredients in it. It's colorful, it's wet, and the wetness is soaked in our 100% premium crawfish oil. And I think that's what sets this apart to where those animals just cannot walk past it without working it. And I think the magnet trailing scent with that sweet, for anybody out there that's used this, you know it's got that sweet loganberry. We have 3 or 4 different essential oils in this. And that sweetness with the pungence of the crawfish, the animals just work it. And this Coon Buster is soaked, as I said, in that crawfish oil, and I'm pretty sure that that's what sets it apart. Crawfish oil is expensive though, but that's the same thing in life. You get what you put into it, and we put top quality crawfish oil in this, and that's why it performs very well. But if you're looking for a good DP system, this is pretty much all we use. We will change it up with the Reaper once in a while, and you can use the Spawn, which is a fish trailing scent. But more often than not, when I'm putting a dog proof in, I'm using the Coon Buster and topping it off with a magnet trailing scent. And if you've watched our stuff that we've produced, whether it's the TV show or YouTube, that's our system, the Coon Buster and the magnet. As I did say, we'll move on to the Spawn. This is rendered 100% pure trout oil. This is about as good a trout oil as you can get. I cannot get it anymore. Once I run out of the trout oil that I bought from the guy in Pennsylvania about 2 or 3 years ago, once I run out of it, I will not put that back on the market unless I can find somebody that makes that trout oil out of native brook trout and native fish. The success of what this guy was putting together was, we didn't make this. I make this in-house. I mix this with a few little essential oils and some glycerin to give it a little bit more in freezing temperatures. But I don't make this trout oil, and it was an ingredient that I just couldn't pass up on. And until we find somebody that makes it out of native trout, once this Spawn is gone, we will not have it. But the people that have used this works great for raccoon, mink, otter. It's just a fantastic trailing scent in and of itself, especially around the water. I did mention the Reaper. The Reaper is a really good bait as well. You can see how wet that is. It's formulated. It's got a really distinct fish smell. It works great in pocket sets for raccoon, mink. It's going to work for you in otter situations as well. That can also be used in a dog proof. We have used that when I've run out of Coon Buster. I have used the Reaper, and you catch raccoons in your dog proofs on the Reaper as well, because it is a very thick, high concentrated fish smell. But that's the Reaper. That's pretty much going to handle your dog proofs as you go out in the field. I'll move on from there. This is our Mountain Juice. This is a new one we brought out, and it's actually just coming out. This is actually a really good bonder, a blender. This Mountain Juice can be mixed with any bait, but also it can extend the amount that you get. You can mix this with something and it's going to give you a lot more bait, and that's what it is. It's basically combined with any bait. You can use it as separately as a lure, but it's going to enhance your overall baits when you're out there in the field, whether you're trapping canines or your water critters. It's got a little bit of both, and that's one of the things that we'll go back to, and I may mention it again. I'll try not to get redundant. I like layered baits. I like multi-layers. I like things that are attractive to more than just one species. And we put a lot of ingredients in these and put a lot of work in making sure that they are attractive to more than one species. But if you're looking for a good bait additive solution, the Mountain Juice will work for you in that. We'll move on to the baits. Our pride and joy is our Mountain Man. I've showed how to make this. It's made out of prairie dog, ground beef, ground poultry, and it's just a non-offensive, really unique smell. And the people that have used this, I know you've had success. I've gotten many pictures and emails on this, and this is our stable bait. I was getting asked a question a few times at the National, you know, when we came out with the bait pile, which is beaver based, and well, which one would you pick? And you know, they're both great baits. We came out with a bait pile this year. That's our beaver base. And you can see that here. That's a real fresh bait. I like fresh. I don't like a lot of things that are tainted. I like to have that animal come in, and if they're hungry, work the set. If they're not hungry, I know my set's going to work, and I'm going to wait them out, and they're going to come back. So the Mountain Man, though, and the bait pile are our two predator baits as far as just straight baits. That's it. We will not be coming out with a new bait for predators. I am very happy with either the Mountain Man, and we change it up with the bait pile, which, you know, basically represents a bait pile in nature. It's made with beaver meat, rendered beaver tail oil, which really, I think, sets it apart. With that rendered tail oil, it has a real rich, thick smell, and the guys that smelled it at the PA convention and the National Trappers Convention were just in the same ballpark with me. It's a rich, thick smell, but either one of these baits are gonna be perfect for you if you're chasing canines, bobcats, fox. It's gonna work for wolves. It's gonna work for any canine. It's gonna catch your raccoons, your possums, and your skunks and everything else when it comes by, because they are just multi-layered and attractive to pretty much every animal. And as I showed you before, they are fresh meat based. We taint a little bit, but we don't taint a lot, and they smell fresh, they smell inviting, and if an animal is hungry, they're going to work that hole. We've shown video in the past where we've had Mountain Man, we went back to check our sets, and they're just bore out down to the center of the earth because they want to get every little bit of that out there. If you do need a change up, especially once those coyotes and things start mating, getting late December into January, this is our other bait that we do have. It's not really a bait though, it's our territory. It is a straight, just like the name, territorial marker. And it is a just great combination of scat, gland, urine, some glycerin, some other essential oils in it that really makes those animals want to market, get mad, who's in my territory, hence the name territory. If you're looking for a change up, this will work for you anytime though. I've said it before, the best way to find out where to make a scent post set or sometimes a flat set or whatever is just take your dog for a walk. Where they mark, pretty much every coyote, fox, whatever's coming down that road is going to mark that spot too. And what this territory does is that gets them to stay in that little area just a little bit longer, move their feet around, and hopefully you catch them with good trap placement. But that's essentially our 5 baits. The Mountain Man, the bait pile, the territory, the Reaper, and the Coon Buster. And that's a good overview of those. For some additive products, when you like to put more than 1 cent or whatever add a set, we offer our 3 Coyote, Bobcat, and Fox. Coyote, Bobcat, and Fox Pluses, which are all the critter's name when it comes to what's in it. The Coyote Plus, the Bobcat Plus, and the Fox Plus. Coyote Plus is going to have coyote urine, coyote gland, coyote smells. What's attractive to the canine? What's attractive to the coyote? The Bobcat's going to have bobcat urine, bobcat gland. What's attractive to the bobcat? The Fox, same thing. Fox urine, fox gland. These are all basically set up. You can use them as an additive to a set. They are way more powerful than urine by itself. But these can also be used alone. If you want to pour these or spray these on a scent post, a flat set, this is all you need as well. Sometimes I'll make that walkthrough set where I do 3 punch holes. Maybe I'll put a bait, one of these, and maybe something else, the Madness or whatever. But these in and of themselves are going to work for you in all of those capacities. They work well together with your predator baits, and they work well by themselves. But that pretty much covers the pluses. The only thing that we don't make that we carry at this point is the Leggett's Coyote and Fox 1 exciter, the Feline exciter, and the Canine Fox exciter. And the reason we carry that is Ronnie Leggett's a really good friend of mine. When I was cutting my teeth back in the 90s, I remember seeing him and his father at the convention, and I just have always used the stuff that was Leggett's. You know, way back, I was using, my dad loved Ready Red by Hall Bakers, and things like that. But Ronnie's a really good friend of mine. He puts out a really great product. And these exciters have been something that's been in my bag for a long time. I talked about that walkthrough set. Usually one of these exciters is one of the sets in one of those 3 holes. But we do offer those as well, and we support Ronnie, and we feel you should too. Moving on, I'll go to our oils. This is our fish oil, our salmon oil, and as I previously mentioned, our crawfish oil. We have those in pints and quarts. The fish oil and the salmon oil, 100% premium grade. There's no imitation additives in these. These are all truly Alaskan salmon oil that is rendered down and got the oil from that. Fish oil, got the oil from that, and then the crawfish, got the oil from that. The crawfish is actually made off of one of Johnny's old formulas, how he made his crawfish oil. I do purchase the salmon oil and the fish oil, but I get it from a very good source that it's as potent and as fresh and as 100% authentic as you can get. So that's what we have there. I will mention one more thing about the crawfish oil. It is expensive. Crawfish are more expensive. It's a time-consuming and very tedious job to do this correctly, but this stuff is, as I said, 100% premium, pure grade stuff. And this is what we soak our coon buster in, which gives it that extra, you know, bang when those raccoons are coming in. There's no doubt in my mind that this stuff makes a difference. With that, if you take, I wouldn't recommend doing it with cat food or dog food or anything like that, but if you wanted to get yourself some things that you want to use for bait and then you soak it in this crawfish oil, you can do that as well, and you're going to probably have the same effect as we get from our coon buster. But the crawfish oil is top shelf and highly recommend that for that. Moving on to our lures, we have 4 different lures: our Madness, our Thunder Call, our Hunter, and our Caster. When it comes to predators, we have the 2, we have the Madness, which we've been using and showing you, and we did come out with a Thunder Call this year. I wanted to do something that was different, that still had skunk, but I wanted to basically make it for Fisher here in Pennsylvania, New York, Maine. I do know that Madness, Eddie Dakin, Johnny Thorp's old trapping partner, uses the Madness, and it's just a multi-layered. Yes, you can smell the skunk coming out of there, but you can smell the other ingredients. And that is just a fantastic call lure that I put in anytime I'm using lure. That Madness is being put in with my canine sense. Now, the Thunder Call is more of a pace lure, and you still get the skunk, but it's going to smell completely different than this, but you're still going to smell the layers. This is great for Fisher. This is going to work great for Fisher in Pennsylvania, New York, as I said, Maine, anywhere that you're out there trapping Fisher or weasel. It's going to work for you, though, for all your canines as well. It's not just going to work for Fisher, it's going to work across the board, but it's specifically made for Fisher. That's why it's a little more of a paste. You can take that, rub that on a tree in the back of a box, and it's gonna, sheep wool, whatever. That's why it's a little thicker. But those are our 2 predator lures. We have the Caster lure, which is our beaver lure, made pretty much the same as my father used to show me how to do it, and it just is gonna catch beaver anywhere you're trapping for beaver. that lure is gonna work. I can guarantee it. And the hunter lure, also a very sweet, nice, flavorful lure that's got a bunch of different essential oils in it that you can rub on the rim of a DP. You can put that in a pocket set. You can use that anywhere where you're trapping raccoon, muskrat. It will work for beaver as well as a good change up. But those 4 lures pretty much cover the whole gamut of what's needed in our line that we make here at North American Trapper. And then we'll finish up with Johnny Thorp stuff. We have showed these. This is the Bad Medicine, the Muskol, and the Red Vixen. These are already glued, or actually waxed, but we'll open them up and you can see they're just a fantastic lure that can be added to your arsenal when you're out there in the field. I know a lot of people have gotten these. I've gotten a lot of emails on this asking me questions about them. I've gotten emails from people that have bought them and said, man, they are really nice. Yes, and it kind of goes back to that old saying that Johnny used to tell me. He's like, Alan, these lures are gonna work great, but you're not, you don't gotta worry about catching an animal. You're gonna catch an animal on them. He goes, you wanna catch the trapper. And I think that's funny because when, us as humans with our 3 to 4 million nodules in our nose compared to 30, 40 million in a canine's nose, we smell and go, oh yeah, that's really good. Yes, it is really good, but Johnny used to say that all the time. We're trying to catch a trapper. There's a lot of guys out there that are, showing a lot of smells, and we got to make ours better. And I just get a kick out of that every time I think of it. But the Muskol, which is just 3 completely different lures, but each and every one of them is going to work for you in a lot of those situations. This Muskol, Johnny cut his teeth on that in the Badlands. This is by far his best seller, the Bad Medicine. When you pop the cap on that, do not do it in the house. Guarantee you your wife won't like that. And then the Red Vixen, obviously Vixen, that's more of his fox lure that he was using. Well, that there's a synopsis of our North American Trapper baits and lures. As I've said, we've got you covered on the baits, we've got you covered on the lures, we've got you covered on the trailing scents and the additives. The oils, you want some legates, we got you there, and the Johnny Thorps, which we will be adding a few too. But as I said, this is our complete line. It's pretty much where I want it now. I don't think there's anything that I want to add to it. Yes, I could add to it, but it's just really basically diluting what we have that we know is good. With that, we always offer a money-back guarantee, 100%. If you try our stuff and you don't like it for any reason, you send the empty bottle back and we'll send you your money back, no questions asked. That's not because we need to guarantee our product, but that's because we believe in everything that we have to offer and we know that you are going to be successful with it. But we've got you covered on all scales, and we definitely appreciate your support. We appreciate your business. I love getting those emails with the pictures and letting us know what you're catching. And as I said, we will be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. But that's our line, and we definitely will look to help you get what you need to be successful when you go out in the field. I just pulled in the driveway. Had a bear walk by the other night. I showed you that. And put my headlights out into the backyard, and I don't know what this guy's doing. He's digging for something. He don't even know I'm here yet. He's chewing on something. Chewing on his ass, I guess. What you doing, little buddy? Where are you going? Where are you going? Huh? Climbing up out. Listen to the night. How cool. Nice. Nice. Anyway, it was a big possum. He was chilling in the yard, chewing on his own ass. Pretty good way to end the day. Showed the got the packages out, showed the lures and baits, and come home and see a possum. Actually, this bucket, I keep putting it up because that's what I brewed up the last batch of Thundercall in, and that's been knocked over 3 straight days, and the bear has been coming in and knocking it over. It smells pretty good. I can smell it as soon as I drive in the driveway, but pretty cool. Fitting into the day. Coming up to the mountain. See a possum out in the yard. Went and said hello, and time to go in and get a bite to eat and be back there tomorrow. The brand is so much bigger than myself or anybody involved with what we're doing. It's the tradition of, it's that woodsmanship that these kids and even adults can learn just by being out there. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to get people involved, trying to get people to feel that. And every time you go out there with them, you're experiencing that outdoors through them. We're showing the simplicity of things, and we're trying to debunk a lot of those myths that maybe scares people away from doing it at times, thinking that, it's just too hard, there's too much into it. No, it's pretty easy, and we're going to show you how easy it is, and you're going to be able to go out and do it.
Get started trapping those problem animals and nest raiders today. Become the steward of your own land or lease. Visit NorthAmericanTrapper.com.